Welcome back to more Geist. Last time we finished investigating...
That's not the right game.
Last time we finished investigating the crime scene where we found Mr. Winterbank dead alongside Gina's unconscious body. Didn't look good for her, still not looking too great, but we do have some stuff to work with, so hopefully we can eke it out in court today.
When in doubt, eke it out. When I woke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. So began an even longer day than the last, one that I would remember for the rest of my days. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it.
So where's your friend then?
Sorry?
You know, her in the fancy dress. Susato, or however you say it, I don't know.
Ah, Miss Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up.
You alright with that, are ya? Forget about me if you like, go and see her off.
It's fine. It's not as though Mr. Sato and I won't meet again one day.
Even so.
But you, Gina. You only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. There's someone.
Huh.
Good morning, you two. How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep?
Iris, what are you doing here?
What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Wacky? Wacky!
Hey, way to show your support, Kitty.
The cat did it. Let him have a nose around. What harm can it do?
Oh, that reminds me. Bought a paper on the way here. Would you like the good news or the bad news? You say, Bruno? Ginny?
Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first.
Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad.
Damn.
Yes. The question always gives away people's personalities.
Let's not go there.
Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move.
Huh? The bad news was a weather report?
I hope that Susie made a train to Dover, but the train is in delay on its way to the port.
Gosh, yes.
Alright then, so what's the good news?
Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. Even if the train is delayed, you should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it?
Couldn't give a monkey's, really.
A monkey's what? Oh, all good news cancelled out the bad.
Look, this trial has made the headlines too. Homebroker perishes and pick-purse plunder. See?
How'd you like that? Well, let them say what they want, see if I care.
Hey, come on, because you're covering your face.
Don't worry, Rina will soon show everyone that this headline is nonsense.
I will?
Then, in tomorrow's papers, the headline will be Discharged Iris, dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Bruno?
Oh, yes. Let's hope so.
Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it?
It's like she was still here.
Today's paper, eh? Well, we better have a look
boy.
at that.
Let's have a look-sees.
Good luck then, Bruno. I'll do what I can.
I like how that portrait is much clearer than everything else.
Homebroker perishes and pick-purse plunder. How awful! awful. For Ginny, I mean.
But tomorrow's headline will be Discharged Divers Dauntless Do-Gooder, right?
Yes, something like that. Possible, I'd like to go even bigger.
Bigger? How?
Our pickpocket protects planet post-trial. Perhaps?
Protects planet?
I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's going to be so great.
God.
Wiggle. Ed?
There's a sensational story lower down the front page as well. Look. Ministry Mole. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice.
10-year-old Iris certainly has her fingers on the pulse of the world news.
But secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently they're being intercepted by hostile nations.
Communications are being intercepted? How would somebody be doing that?
That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with three different possible methods of...
Yeah, he said why not? Well, no, did he say... Hang on. I don't know. I guess he said how.
Three possible methods so far. You're looking for a new career route now?
No, of course not. I wonder... Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday.
Yes, it could be. It could explain why he has Grexy running from pillar to post at the moment.
Alright.
Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. Be by your side the whole time, giving you more support and encouragement. And a gun!
I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but... Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you.
Your voice is gonna be dead, Steak. You got these two and
Probably.
Barog. Oh yeah, Iris.
Yes, Ginny?
Well, I was wondering is all about Sholmes. Did they fix him up all right?
Yes. Operation was a great success. But Billy still hasn't come around yet.
Eh?
I asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard. Send a telegram as soon as he wakes up.
Sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news.
Oh, right.
No Susato-san, no Mr. Sholmes. All down to me today to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. I'm fucked.
Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defence. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom.
It's time then.
Yes. Let's go, Gina. Iris.
Lead the way, Runa.
Door's right there. You know the way. Oh, Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. I learned anything from my great friend. It's that.
Remember this
Wonder how he's
character?
doing.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready. Defense is ready.
Lord Van Zeeks,
My lord.
remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service?
It's been 800 years. It was some 5 years ago, my lord.
Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government.
Really?
Yet today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, Counsel.
There are two types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large.
He's Miss McGilded. He defended against the Reaper 2 months ago.
Yes, I just about managed to work that out, thank you. Miss McGilded. I'd known what a monster he was and never would have defended him.
But everybody needs a defense, though.
And secondly, even more loathsome, those damned Japanese. Those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East.
Oh my god!
Joking! The Nipponese. You really just say that?
Means you now, Runo.
I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal. What are you talking about? Torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zeek's eyes. Directed solely at me. You're talking about all Japanese people.
An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zeeks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors.
Your lordship is too kind, whereas I am not.
Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant?
So I already voiced the two on the left. I know that number 4 and 5 have been here before. Steak, I think you were the old man who is now the doctor there.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a doctor before, was he?
No, he wasn't. He was just an old man. And there's the lady again with the little round glasses and the ponytail. I don't remember
that
if
was Steak.
That was also Steak? Okay, Ben, I guess you get both guy with the weird, like, adjustable spectacles, and fucking Beardman over there.
And, yeah, and fucking Rasputin over there.
Who's gonna voice the rat?
Former lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready. Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think.
Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it.
Just remind me of everything's chrome in the future.
Oh god.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. Could I have?
Oh, you motherfucker, did you leave some shit in someone that you were operating on?
Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop.
You're a Morse transceiver now, I guess, okay?
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing.
Well, you said
I
wizard.
would like to take a bus into Crystal Tower, please. Visiting, sorry.
Something wrong, Runa?
Oh, not exactly. It's just... Stream froze a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact.
Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? It is quite strange. The jurors have chosen a friend from London 6 million inhabitants. You know.
Yeah, okay.
So I've been led to believe. Something tells me I'm being duped.
I like that they pointed out. Very well. Now, Lord Van Zeeks. The court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case.
As you wish, my lord.
And someone be like, guilty! Boom!
Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Pop Windybank, really?
Yeah.
Proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. Prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene.
I don't get the joke.
Up goes the weasel.
Oh.
When you
The court
when you
will-
when you pop something in the bank.
Oh.
In this case, the pawn shop, which is sometimes called a bank of sorts.
Oh, okay.
As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. Evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death.
Okay, it's British English humor. I don't get it. Okay.
Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. Coroner.
Coroner.
His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. And what's that supposed to tell us?
Oh no.
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself.
I should also say,
Was the rat?
Windybank is a name used in the Sherlock Holmes story A Case of Identity. His full English name may be a play on Pop in the Bank. His given name in Japanese, Hatch, comes from Hachi, which means 8. A pawn shop in Japanese is a shichiya, and shichi is 7, so it's like, you know, 1 off. And
How very clever.
apparently in the art book, the Kazuya Nuri, I'm guessing that's an artist that worked on this game, stated that Windybank's design was based on a certain character's image, as requested by Shu Takumi. And people figured out it's probably the actor who played Jabez Wilson in the 1984 Sherlock Holmes TV adaptation, The Red-Headed League.
Uh-oh.
And this guy looks, yeah, exactly like him.
Sorry, I wasn't familiar with Pop in the Bank as like a term.
Someone like the accused, you might say.
I put a picture in the chat, by the way. The recording.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is just
that's
Pop with the
basically
Bank.
him.
And he apparently does a very similar sweat wiping motion in his introductory scene. Oh!
The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord.
Indeed. The court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please.
Probably a stamp, but it looks like it's been graded. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred.
I'm going to get a good graded autopsy report, which is normal to 1 and possible to achieve.
The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. Victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, he had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet.
Well, that's that then, isn't it? I must say, isn't that great little girl a pickpocket anyway? She's one of those filthy drabs that lives in the slums in the East End. Oh well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as hell.
Objection! Don't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. Kill people. My learned Nipponese friend. It's you who mustn't jump to conclusions. Prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. I barely begun drinking for the day. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. I thought they were the only 2 in there.
Good gracious!
After their testimony, this girl's true name
Oops.
Each will be exposed. Pitiful pick-purse or a cold-hearted killer?
You keep like roboting a little bit. I don't know if maybe like
Oh.
rejoining would help.
Who,
Oh
me?
no.
No steak.
Okay.
Can try reconnecting.
Yeah, that might help.
He's not roboting for me, so.
Oh, really? Okay. That might be on my end then.
Yeah, probably.
That's unfortunate.
Oh.
Huh?
Do I say it again?
No, it came out mostly okay.
Okay. Here's to establishing the truth.
The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeeks.
At once, my lord.
Okay.
This isn't good.
Now I want to look at all the stuff they just added. Details of... Okay, Coroner, Dr. Stevens. Details of victim. Name, Pop Windybank, male. Occupation, pawnbroker on Baker Street. Time of death, 16th of April between 1 and 1:30 a.m. Reporting party, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Postmortem findings. Single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back. No other visible signs of trauma. Autopsy findings. Instant death from a postero-anterior bullet wound to the heart. The bullet entered the body from the back on a gently rising diagonal trajectory. Okay. Crime scene photograph.
Yep.
That sure is a bullet wound. Alright. Crime scene floor plan. So, pretty much exactly what we thought. It's, you know... Got the entrance, the little island, this desk where he stands behind.
Gina being so perfectly on her side looks hilarious to me.
It's like an Egyptian hieroglyph. And then, yeah, that over there. And then the gun. Signs of a single discharge. Let's try to inspect it a bit if we can.
That's what she said. This is Mr. Windybank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty.
Mr. Windybank always used to keep this gun to hand on his shop counter.
Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand.
That's right. Keep all the pawn articles that were in his care safe.
But his one bullet was fired that night, and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe?
Oh. Same.
This is the gun, you know, that we just looked at?
Nothing else specific to look at, I guess. Alright.
No.
I feel like the mood in here has suddenly turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno.
I think that's because it has.
This shit ain't
The
nothing.
cape is off, ladies. Let us begin. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windybank on 16th April of this year. Oh.
It's the guy. Okay.
Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
I did assign these in a notepad file. Give me a second.
Alright. Oh, that's an amazing line. I love that.
What the hell is this accent? Professional.
Professional. He's like...
Professional Bay.
Are we the
Yeah,
baddies?
let me see. One was Ben and one was me. I don't think it really matters, but hang on.
Alright.
Hang on. Okay, I've got it. Never mind. I wrote both of them as just being one of us.
Oh, okay, good.
Who do you like better, Mr. Pear or Mr. Apple?
Mr. Pear.
Okay.
Name's Nash. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is, baddie. Professional baddie.
I gotta go egregious with this guy. Like, I've already done, like, a, you know, lower class accent. I gotta be like... Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's, same as him.
Get it? Ringo means apple.
What?
Yeah, and Nashi means pear in Japanese.
Oh, okay. Tobias Gregson. Scotland Yard, Inspector. That's right. We're what they call
The Three Skulking Brothers.
the Three Skulking Brothers. What are you looking at me like that for? Don't let me in with you lot. God blimey, that's gold. Don't you know what we're going through?
It's our older bruv. Lost contact with him we have, so we're scouring every shady corner of the capital.
Last night we come across you. The very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo?
He is, Nash, he is. The very spit of him.
We was gonna call you.
What? You didn't read the first line?
Oh. So we... fuck. So we decided there and then we was gonna do. We was gonna call you.
Not the was.
Big bruv sulky.
Come on, leave it out, you two.
Sulky Skulkin. That's before he's run out of chips.
Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand.
The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Thieves, are they? These three? No, my lord, begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this lot.
2 nights ago, these 2 brothers illegally
They're just
entered an
2 brothers.
establishment with intent to burgle. In the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By Jove, you mean to say? What an extraordinary coincidence!
Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder. Box!
I love the box. Order! Order!
The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future.
With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in their stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw.
Happy to.
Happy to!
Cause the Skulkins
Dog
never
is never
sulking.
skulking! Get out of it.
Sure, this will get old at some point, but not yet.
Yeah, they're pretty good. We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gas door was ajar, see?
It was like some kind of sign begging for us to go in, it was.
But once we got inside, God blimey lummy! We had a gunshot from the back room.
We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside.
We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet. A terrible coincidence it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. And within, only the victim and the accused were found.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes.
What's the matter, Bruno?
Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by the pair in the stand. I know that it's all nonsense, because I saw it with my own eyes. Just had to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is.
Okay, well I know for a fact that the short guy did it, and that's gonna be part of it, is that he's also really short.
See what I said?
What about this pair, Bruno?
I think they're lying through their teeth, that's what I think. I'm going to prove it. What is it, Iris?
Well, I'm not really sure. It's just something a bit funny. That prosecutor over there.
Could this testimony be some sort of trap?
They're always wondering about that, Ace Attorney, like, as if it's a strategy game. It's like, no, we gotta point out the the false stuff anyway. Like, what are we gonna do? Not?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Alright, well...
Oh, look. Front of Windybanks was ajar, you say? What time of night was this?
Must have been one! Right, Ringo?
Yeah, I'd say so. Right, Sulky?
How would I know? The place could have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town. It was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo?
I'm not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sulky, me old mucker?
Leave me alone.
Muck up. It definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place. When these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of a gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
Objection.
That is pure conjecture. Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside.
Right, that's what happened.
You're trying to suggest that you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Ringo?
They do, Nash, they do. It must have been some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as the whims of thieves, does it?
It weren't no whip, I'm dead sure of that.
It weren't, Nash, it weren't. Like we said at the time.
You don't just find doors open in the middle of the night like that. No, there's no two ways about it.
It was a sign that our long-lost brother was inside.
We get God to testify?
Not very good liars, are they?
Well, you can't deny it. It led us to a bloke what looks just like our bruv.
I said cut it out.
Those chips are getting a chomping today. Gunshot, you say? Just the one? You sure about that?
Yep, just the one, Governor. I can swear that.
It was, Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv?
The firearm used belonged to the victim himself.
Yes, Mr. Windenberg always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter.
Right, I remember.
When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds.
Makes sense. Mr. Windenberg always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded.
It's true. I remember him saying that as well. Own.
Time to wake up. So we can say, so we can say with considerable certainty. Not only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon. Yes, my lord, we can.
I should remind the court. The firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused. Wonderful. Better than Mama.
Let me have a look at my evidence here.
Yep.
Well, here's another gunshot.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really directly a contradiction, so let's keep pressing for a bit.
Yeah.
Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom? If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom.
Cool. There's only a little oil lamp burning. Not much to see by.
And the door's hidden behind a curtain and all.
Why are they blushing? That's
They're
right.
lying.
When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door?
Eh?
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think.
Oh, well, you took the rabbit, Ringo.
Oh, well, Nash, yeah. I suppose you'd have to say we ain't normal, eh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee gripped by fear, while the courageous investigator sees they might need help. Might help. These gentlemen are the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former. Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night.
Thank you, consuls. So I believe we all understand the door was locked and it could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
We didn't do or take anything. Is that your story?
Well, it was Bedlam, so that wasn't it?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me jukes out me Lucy lockets.
So with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left, nice and quietly, you say.
That's right, Governor. Nothing we hate more than violence. Peace, love, and nibbles we are, not bludgers.
We are, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me jukes out me Lucy lockets.
You already said that.
So, you'd clearly like us to believe.
Eh? Come again?
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person?
Streets alive! They fired a gun, you say? Ah!
Ah!
That was Ringo, apparently.
Oh. Blimey, Governor!
You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway?
It was.
Why the bleeding Nora? Didn't you mention that before?
Oh, what was that, Nash? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Were armed with a gun. As you fled the scene, you fired that gun. London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes.
He shot the great Mr. Sholmes. I did hear that, actually. There was a rumor he'd been rushed to hospital.
The great Sholmes, that's beyond the pale.
On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away.
Hehe.
And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. Shots fired. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers.
Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, Counsel. Ooh. Court will hold this weapon as evidence. Good.
Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Yes? Is to you successfully presenting the evidence. For yes, there are the telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Something was fired.
I don't need evidence. Because I was there.
That's not how this works.
However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. I would never lie. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and toast your incompetence and move on. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windybanks that night.
The court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the pawnbroker shop that night?
Oh, the proof has to be see-through? Evidence is in this portfolio.
What? What on earth have you there, Counsel?
In the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nipponese of you. Well, anyway...
You didn't present anything.
We analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio.
And you claim to have evidence the court is demanding therein?
Yes, my lord.
No more dialogue then, Counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene?
Take that!
Yeah. What is that? Explain!
Photographic print taken at Windybank's pawnbroker on the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes don't deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged there.
Yes, as your lordship noticed, bullet pierced Mr. Windybank's calendar. Date shown being the 16th of April, very day of the pawnbroker's death.
These occurred at 1 hour after midnight. But this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th.
That's right. And while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes... Stream, go on, don't do this to me. There's credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun at the pawnbrokers that night.
No! Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zeeks?
With my legs.
On their legs.
You need to add my lord.
And glass crushing in 3, 2, 1. No.
If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection. What? That's not how this works.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
You'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. Like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street.
Take it easy there, Governor. You're gonna let us in the soup.
We had a deal. You weren't going to get into them details. Tell him, Sulky. Set the bloke straight.
I have nothing to add.
So he knew, did he? And Zeeks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It would seem now I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude. What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
To what fact do you refer? Do you refer, Lord Van Zeeks?
As has been established at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes,
Oh.
clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim. In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windybank at all. So that's it.
That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it.
We didn't, Nash. We didn't. That's what I reckon.
So happy. Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and, let us not forget, attempted murder.
For a catalog, eh, fellas? Oh.
We're in for it now, bruv.
Now then. Let's take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat
The
regularly.
pawnbrokers?
Pawnbrokers? Shit, did I actually say that?
Yeah.
Where's he going with this? Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentric? Says who?
Not me. Don't give me that look. Stole a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh! It's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
What is that console? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption.
As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed. Prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in a quite desultory fashion.
Rather prodigal, I feel.
In fact, there are two such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer to the court to the plan of the premises, the respective positions are here and here.
You say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I fail to see. How that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in more than many 30-minute intervals.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. The night in question, the witness currently in the stand were not caught on camera. What?
That's a bit of fried talk, eh, bruv?
Lady Luck loves a skulking.
Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin? Must have been just after 1, right, bruv?
It must have been, Nash, must have been. Yeah, just gone 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers enter the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Oh. Good lord! It's the defendant! Miss Gina Lestrade! Oh boy.
As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured gun in hand facing the victim over the shop counter, without coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom.
Quite. One can too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photograph as present evidence, if you please, counsel.
I don't believe it! Ginny!
Let's have a quick look at that, see if we can glean anything else. Oh, we never actually inspected this gun as well.
Sure is a gun.
Nothing's standing out to me.
Chamber?
I mean, so that one's is pointing out the chamber, so we might as well examine it.
So there's ammunition still loaded and fired this revolver's 6 cylinders.
Yes, which tells us that only a single shot has been fired from it.
Exactly.
The bullet that hit Hurley, in fact, isn't it?
Yes. Happened almost as soon as we'd walked in through Windibank's door.
Make those brothers pay. With a gun.
Alright, let's see. So the photograph with the cat photograph is already / is still on the counter. The lamp seems to have gone out. That might be important because it's like somebody lit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Gina wouldn't have done it, so I'm guessing that's where this is going. Is where like, okay, if she killed him, who lit the lamp afterwards?
Probably.
I'm not seeing anything else really notable here.
Yeah.
We didn't get the other version of the photo to compare with?
Not yet.
Right.
We might in a minute.
In short, the accused is the only person who could have possibly killed Mr. Windibank.
Ah!
Oh no. Whomst?
Not sure.
Is it show?
I say, my lord. Wonder if I might put in a word at this point.
Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Took a bally bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maiwand in 1880, don't you know? Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield.
Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point?
Carried
I'm
on.
great. The end.
Carried on the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, leading this small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. And we'll all go down together, you mark my words. One for all and all for one. Yeah, what's your fucking point?
What's your fucking point?
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand?
Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct?
In a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Garadeb Squadron's position, sir.
No! It's too soon to make a judgment here.
Status report for the court, men, on the double. His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions too.
I think you'll find it as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. In all honesty, I can't actually remember. Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop.
Why did you gain a gimmick?
Yeah. I am very sorry. I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky.
Squeak.
Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leading in this matter. Announce your considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Oh boy.
None of them match the voices we're doing.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.